Hey, welcome to the channel Creative Writing Prose. Hey, welcome to the channel Creative Writing Prose. I'm Robin. This video will be about editing your novel, novella, short story, flash fiction, series, trilogy, whatever it may be, writing. Yeah, let's get into the video. So my first piece of advice when it comes to editing your piece, one, you have to do it. If you reread your work, you will find that there will be lapses in time or things that don't make sense. Aside from spelling and grammar, there will be larger errors that will need tuning. If you're an overwriter, you will need to cut down on words. If you're an underwriter, you will need to fill things in and flesh things out. I think I'm not really an overwriter or underwriter, but I sometimes miss things and then focus too much on other things. So I need to make adjustments to those things when it comes to the editing process. Second tip, always edit after you've completed the first draft. If you're writing a series or a trilogy or something else that's bigger and you know it is going to be more than one book and you've got it all planned out, in my experience, first drafting the whole series has been more effective than first drafting one book, then editing. Because then I don't feel like first drafting again. I don't know why that's a thing with me, but try both options, or maybe try editing the first book while you're writing the second or something else. You don't have to necessarily write, then edit, and just focus on editing. Another point to mention when editing is you should not be your own proofreader. You may be able to edit large chunks, but once you have physically printed out a copy, or you've got another set of eyes on your manuscript, that's when you find mistakes. I don't know why, but for some reason, printed copies, the mistakes pop out and you didn't notice them at all when you were looking at your screen, your laptop or PC. I don't know who still has a PC, but yeah. And also another thing I'm going to mention is please don't focus on what the grammar Nazis tell you during your first draft or during your first edit. These people are not your friends right now. And it's great for them if they want to critique someone who really wants to just get those fine details sorted. But when you're going to be changing entire paragraphs, entire sentences, you don't need to worry about spelling and grammar, because then you're going to be going through that whole process twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. You don't have the time if you have a deadline to be doing that. For your second edit, I recommend beta readers. They have proven to a lot of self-made authors or independent authors to be very useful, and please gift them a copy of your book once it's complete. I know it's interesting, the concept of, or sort of strange, the concept of paying the people who are giving away their time to read what's probably a second draft, or what probably at least should be a second or third draft at this point. Nothing. They're doing it for free until it's finally published, and it could be a year later when it's finally published. I know that sounds very strange, but getting another set of eyes on it before you're several years down the track, or several more years down the track, can be incredibly beneficial. That way you get feedback from real people who really read the sorts of books that you want to write or are writing. This will give you a really good idea, especially if you're new to the writing world. After the beta edits are complete, and when I say beta edits, I mean please take your feedback thoroughly and sort through, okay, if one of 20 people says they don't like this but the others say they really liked it, then keep it. If the majority of people in the group say we do like this, or we don't like this, then change it. If it's somewhere in the middle, trust your gut instincts. Again, writers tend to be superstitious, they tend to be intuitive, they tend to have a knack for teasing out what's better. Or maybe it doesn't make a difference in the end. You don't know until it's published and you get reviews. And after all that editing and then hiring a professional proofreader to spell check and make sure all the grammar's right. By the way, when you hire a proofreader, it is not their job to actually edit your novel. It is their job to point out mistakes, and you have to do the final edit yourself. Some people like this, some people really don't. I'm in the camp of the people that do. Let me tell you why. It's my work. At the end of the day, it's going to be my choice, and I'm not having someone change everything and then I can't remember how it was before. And there might be something really key in there, a little detail. Usually the way a character speaks that might not be grammatically correct, that I want in there. And it is defining part of that character. So it's not their job to actually change a novel. It is their job to get a red pen, probably, scribble over it, or if it's done on a computer, then highlight things and add digital notes and things. So that is their job. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, select all, and become a member of the Creative Writing Squad. I bring out my Writerly videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Also, please check out and subscribe to my other channel, Robin K. Holmes, where I vlog learning to write with my left hand daily. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to see what else I'm doing. And if you really love me, follow me on Patreon. See links below.